Our energy is calm and ready to channel. So Amy's going to explain first all about channeling, what it is, how to do it, and how she channels. And then I'm going to explain my channeling. Okay, so this came about because it was a conversation with a friend, actually. Shout out to Jenny Priestner, Align Authentic Self. Hi Jenny. So we're having a conversation around channeling, and she asked me a really good question. She was like, well, how does it work for you? And I was like, wow, like, oh my God, how does it work? Because a lot of people really want to know the logical side of channeling, and especially when they come to light language, they want to know, like, how's that working? Like, where are you getting that information from? Like, what is it doing? Like, how are you receiving that? Okay, so I'm just gonna do some sharing of some light codes just for a moment, with the intention of just downloading an explanation for you of how it's actually working. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay, and I'll try and explain it as I'm doing it. Actually, I think that might be better. Okay, so first of all, what I'm doing is I'm taking a breath. So I'm slowing my breathing. And as I'm slowing my breathing, what I'm noticing and what I'm feeling is I'm feeling an expansion here in my heart space. And what then is happening, what tends to happen with me is, and again, this is different for everyone, right? And I know my mum doesn't work like this, but I do. And my friend Catherine works like this as well, Catherine Henshaw. So we start to move, okay, because the energy is building, right? And so what I'm getting the sense of, now the cat is joining in, but we're just going to leave him, because when you're a magical witch being, cats love to join in. Do you know what? He's actually looking at the pictures and giving the love eyes to the pictures.
I'm in flow. He's like, Lucas is feeling the energy now, right? Okay, so just
right, don't move from there.
Okay, so now what's happening is I'm kind of seeing in my mind's eye like a pyramid shape, but I'm bringing it here, okay, because this to me, right, is kind of symbolic of I am opening and I am transmitting energy now. And it's like coming through this kind of, I see it's like a prism shape, which is then sending out frequency, okay, in every direction. So if you've ever seen that, what they're showing me, okay, now is, you know, the Pink Floyd, I think it's Pink Floyd, you know what I mean, the album cover, and it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like a clear quartz prism. I think this is what I'm seeing. And it's got like a white light, and then it's refracting rainbow energy. And this is kind of what it is that I'm doing when I'm doing this. Yeah, so as much as possible, I'm trying to break it down for you, what is happening. Okay. And now what's happening is, it's like there's an expansion, okay, in my crown. And I'm sort of feeling all of my energy open up, and all of the different chakras are sort of going ping, 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 like, right? So trying to do it with sound effects, yeah? So the purple one, the indigo one, the blue one, the green one, the solar plexus yellow one, the sacral and the root, and the ones above and the ones below. And it's almost like now there's like an opening of like this white sort of, they show it me as like a column of light, and it's what this is it's a connection between heaven, if you want to call it that, or higher dimensions and earth, and then it goes back up again from the earth. So this is why it's always really important that we're grounded, right? So what I mean by that is connecting with the earth, because if you're not, you're going to feel off balanced as a channel, right? So it's really important that you do grounding exercising, you know, connecting with trees, nature, whatever it is, however you do it, right? Because what happens is, when you're grounded, it's actually easier to channel, yeah? Because you're bringing that higher dimensional energy into the earth, right? And now what's starting to happen is I'm feeling the energy even more, right? And I'm feeling like I want to move my hands like this, okay? And what I can see is, I can kind of see like shapes, okay, like golden, let's say, codes of information, symbols. And what these symbols are is they are keys that are being sent out into the collective to anybody that's watching, okay? And that is what causes the activation of something that they already have within them, okay? So what that might be is, it might be kind of like an activation of gifts. It might be an activation of a feeling, or maybe it'll be a thought that they have later on in the day, or maybe it will be something that needs, you know, healing in their life. Whatever it is, it's something that person needs to, they're saying receive, but I'm seeing it like more of have an awareness of, because what they're saying to me is all healing is self-healing ultimately. And what these codes do is they activate then that self-healing within that person, okay? So what is this energy? Okay, so this energy, okay, is source, love, God, the divine, okay? For me, personally, in the way that I work, it's angelic, okay? It's the angels working through me and sending the information, the angels being the bridge between source and the like a human consciousness. Because for a lot of people, yes, you can go straight to source because ultimately you are source, okay? But what the angels do and what these codes do is the codes help them in the remembrance of who they are. And that's what the angel's purpose is, okay, is to help them to remember who they are, okay? So it is frequency, okay? It is a God frequency. For me, it comes through as angelic, okay? Somebody this morning asked me in my quantum group, who is it that I'm channeling? I get asked this all the time. Now, for me personally, when I actually tune into and say, who is here, who is doing this, it's not like one being for me. This is not how I work. It's not now it's an Arcturian, now it's an elemental, now it's a dragon, now it's this, now it's that. And that is absolutely fine because I started doing that in the beginning. For me, it's thousands, okay, of beings, okay, light beings, angelic frequency, okay, coming through. However, I do have many like different ones that have got names that from time to time I do tune into, that come to me with personal specific messages for me. Now primarily I channel for the collective, and I channel collective creative information, okay? So as I'm channeling light codes, this is what is happening. Inahia suku urashi ina nikia hakuai Leki maya nawai, kueraiae, kinahiae, ni enaioae, yaku unyahe, yaku eni, ni arai, ki maena ia inahi iae. So for me personally, it's about activating self-empowerment, okay, within a person and their own recognition of the source being that they are, and ultimately their own channeling abilities and gifts, okay, and their own unique connection with their angels, guides, beings, and whoever else it is as their spiritual council of light that they may wish to connect with, okay? Ultimately, channeling for me is what it is you are activating your ability to receive frequency and information, okay, divine light information, and also express your source light in a way that is physical and in a way that is able to be received by others. Okay, that's all that I want to channel and say right now. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that, you know, a lot of people do, like when they channel, and I do it all the time because I've just said that, like, and it's come through me, yeah. It's not like it's come, now I'm trying to logicalize it, and now I can't say what I just did. So do you see the difference? Yeah. So then I was actually channeling, whereas now I'm going, what did I just do? Right? And now I can't explain it. Right? So it's almost like a lot of the time when you come out of the channeling state, you go, did that just make sense? Right? But, you know, it comes from the heart. Okay. Mum, do you want to say things?
I'll try, but I'm very unlike Amy in a lot of ways, and I tend to be more, I don't know if Amy's maybe a notch brighter than me, I don't know.
No.
But the way I put things is in more simple terms because that's what I understand. So I can't say there was a time in my life when I suddenly realised I was channeling, because it was such a natural thing for me. It was happening, I can only say when I was about 8 years old, I became aware that I was talking to other beings, that other beings were coming into my mind. So I'll explain it the best that I can explain it, how mediumship works and what channeling is for me. So I was explaining this to somebody I was teaching the other day, and I know it's not scientifically correct or medically correct, but I think of it as front brain and back brain. So during the day, when you're doing all your work and you're thinking about all the things you need to do, your everyday job, what you've got to do for tea, I've got shopping later, I'm going to the gym, blah, 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 and you've got all these thoughts going round in your head, plus many more. Those to me are in the forefront of your thoughts. And I became aware at a very, very young age that there was something else going on, something at the back of my mind was going on. That I was, and this is not schizophrenia, but I was literally beginning, I've always taught, being brought up a Catholic, we were taught to pray. So actually you're taught from a very early age to listen to the inner voice. Yeah, they actually used to say that, listen to the still, quiet, small voice. So I realised I could bring the still, quiet, small voice to the front of my brain and filter out all the other thoughts. Now, it was a long time before I realised what was happening, because although I was busy talking to them on and off, I was too young to question it or to make head and tail of it, other than the fact that I realised as a teenager that not everybody did this, and actually it's best not to talk about it. So for me, it's when a random thought comes into your back mind and you think, whoa, and I act now like, whoa, stop right there, there's something coming, and I allow it to come to the front. It's almost like watching a cartoon in a way, and stopping, or watching a film and stopping it and allowing that thought to come forward. But I'm so used to doing this, as in, wait a minute, that's not my thought. Or, so the way you know it's not your thought is, for me, it can be, because I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairaudient, so this is something that happens to everybody. A random song comes into your head and you don't realise you're singing it for a couple of minutes, because you're busy doing what you normally do, and then you think, oh, why am I singing that? What does that mean? And, for many of us, you just continue singing it and it means absolutely nothing. But I started to realise that I was either hooked on one line, and this line was a message for me, specifically. So that's just a very quick example, but the conversations I was having were coming forward, and they were telling me things, and I realised, I was seeing spirit as well. So for me, that's channeling, because what I intentionally do in mediumship is filter out all, and you do this in meditation, just as Amy says, and for me, I don't go through a meditation routine in a sense. I just concentrate on my heavy breathing and clearing. It's like getting a brush I always visualise it as getting a brush and sweeping out all the thoughts.
Love that.
That's what I mean about the way we talk. I can't, for me it's sweep out all the thoughts and focus on what's coming forward in the blank space of my brain. So it is blank a lot, you know. So, but it comes forward. I start to then, and then as it comes forward, usually it comes forward as an impression. When I'm doing mediumship, I will slow my breathing down. I'm in meditative state. Sometimes I'm in a trance state, and the messages start to come. I'll start to see images of spirit. I'll ask the spirit who they are, and I'll get messages clairaudiently as well. And usually, if I've got time to meditate before a reading, I'll jot everything down, because it's so fast. It comes through within 5 minutes, and I've got a whole page of all these messages.
Yeah.
But during the day, you know, it literally is, ooh, wait, an angel's bringing me a message. I'm seeing a colour. What is it? And I do get excited, and I literally have to stop what I'm doing. It's like, ooh, and my eyes will go from side to side, like something's coming. And what I found amazing over the years is when I'm channeling you know, it's not just about at the times when I'm doing mediumship. It can be any time during the day. I can be outside in my greenhouse, just messing with the flowers, and something's coming, or I intentionally start to, and it's not always an intentional meditation, but when I'm really slowing my breathing down and focusing on the angels or thinking about the angels, I'll start to get messages. What's been amazing for me is the way sometimes it's other beings, as Amy says. So, and sometimes I know it's my guide, and sometimes it's different angels and my guardian angel. I kind of know now over the years when it's my guardian angel, when it's my guide, and when it's somebody else.
I know people are going to be asking this question, so I'm just going to interrupt. How, because this is a good question that my friend asked me. She went, how do you know though? So how do you know? Tell us how you know.
I'm just about to say. So the most amazing thing for me is when they say something in words that I've never heard, and I have to then go and look it up in the dictionary. Literally. I've thought, or quite often they say things in a backwards sort of way, not an English way. It's very strange. They say things in a cryptic way, and I have to make sense of it. And I think, oh, you know, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
It's weird. I wouldn't say something the way they said it. But then I'm thinking, oh, you know, what does that mean? And I honestly I've had to get, well, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I have got a dictionary. You know, I'll get the dictionary out, and I think, oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, so it's like...
So I know it's not me. And also when they show me things, it's things that are about to happen. Or they're telling me about somebody who I'll be connected with very soon, and then I do. So I know that this has happened all my life. They'll tell me about the event that's about to take place. Somebody's got, for instance, I'll give you an instance. Your friend, I'm going to use Kathleen because she's one of my friends. So Kathleen's ringing you tonight at 7. And I might not have spoken to her. I mean, we do speak often, but let's say it's a friend I haven't spoken to for 6 months. And I think, oh, right. So, and then right on the dot, there she is ringing. So I know that it's, you know, it's them. Sometimes it's a test. It's literally a test. Is she listening?
Can I just interrupt for a minute?
Yeah.
So just what you were saying there about, like, this is kind of one of the ways that you know that it's channeling, because, like, you wouldn't say that. You don't speak like that,
no,
right? It feels different in my body than how I talk and my mannerisms. So a lot of the time it will come through quite authoritarian. Like, it will sound different, and the words that they will use, I know a lot of the times they're not even words that I've heard of and things like that. And this is what happens in the quantum hypnosis sessions, because that's actually you or the person doing it, you know, whoever, channeling, and they'll go to different past lives or different timelines where they're existing as different beings or whatever. And it's like their whole energy changes, right? So there's nothing, and I only work with the light, right? So we're not channeling anything else. Yeah, it's only pure sort of source beings or different past lives and things like that. And it's mad because the person will start using old language, their mannerisms will change, yeah, and it's like, or you know, if they're like channeling like a galactic being or whatever, it will be different to the way that they've just spoken. The energy is different, the vibration of their voice is different, their accent will be different. Yeah, it's completely different, and that's kind of how, you know, and like when I record myself and I'm channeling and I listen back to myself later, I'm like, I don't remember saying that, and I don't remember, I wouldn't use that word. Oh my God, what is it? Sometimes you even have to look up, like my mum said, you have to look up what the words mean, and I'm like, what does that mean? So this is kind of like how you know, really. So you kind of blow yourself away, not in a big any way, because it's not you doing it. So there's no kind of like ego about it, but you're like, wow, I wouldn't say that, thank you. You know, there's a lot of gratitude that kind of comes with it and stuff.
Yeah, for me, you know, when the spirits are coming forward and I'm doing readings, and it's not always when I'm doing readings, they quite often find me when I'm literally in a quiet space and they just jump in. Their accents will come forward. They will. Different accents, different mannerisms, different ways of saying things. But that works perfectly for me. I don't intentionally like Amy. Like Amy will go and she'll channel light language and she'll channel workshops and channel different things. I don't ever have felt the need. When I want to channel it, sometimes it's more from a selfish point of view, is that I want answers from something that I've been worrying about or wondering about. So when I'm doing workshops, I'm channeling, I know which way to do, and I know the angels will tell me, you know, do this, or we're going to do a workshop now, literally. They'll give me the name of the workshop and then we'll do it. But unlike Amy, and I think your friend does the same, is sit down and intentionally, apart from if I need an answer or just before a mediumship sitting, I don't actually intentionally sit down and do a channel. For me, it's more they'll interject when I'm needed. Because I think there's something to do with me learning to listen. So I'm kind of half already listening all the time, because as I said, when something's coming into my mind, I know instantly, hang on, stop the planet. Claire's getting a message, stop the world.
I think it's just that you connect with human spirit.
More so.
And I decided not to. Yeah. You channel for
the angels,
a person, whereas, and I know Catherine does as well, like you connect with a person in front of you and you will channel psychic mediumship information for them, whereas when I channel, I'm channeling as a broadcast for a lot of people, and for myself. I channel for myself as well a lot of the time. But that also comes through with collective information. So I would say that if anything, like I don't know if this is a thing, but a collective channel. And like I also channel, like, as my mum says, like I can come up with a course or a workshop or whatever, I channel ideas very, very, very quickly. So it's different ways, like around the circle. Like there's many different ways that people channel, and none of it is wrong. None of it. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're acting with integrity, I will always say this, and it's from a compassionate space for whoever, right? Yeah, and I really like what you're saying about the space thing as well, because I feel like light language for me is what creates, it's almost like that's what creates the space, like being in a state of flow. So for my mum, it's gardening, and for me, it's dancing, right? It's all physical expressions of creative life force channeled information. Do you want to say anything else?
And it went in and out my brain. It can't hold. No, I was just going to say, I do intentionally channel when I'm preparing meditations, because then I'm channeling angelic meditations and talking to the angels. Whereas, like you say, you're for the collective. It is for the collective, because when we're doing this, we talk about what the angels have, what we've learnt from the angels. That's the way I took what I've learnt from the angels this week. So it is for the collective, but we do channel in very different ways. But for me, you know, just sitting down, closing your eyes, connecting with your breathing, with the intention of bringing your guide and your angels in, your guardian angel. Ouch! Sorry, Lucas just grabbed me.
This is why we don't leave the cats
He's
in the
scratched me. He's only trying to get on my knee, but he's, you know, when they do that stretch.
Yeah,
So
now he's wrecking the furniture.
I mean, he's an enormous cat, and he literally tried to get in this box. I mean, seriously, you know.
Right. Any more words on channeling?
No, but if anybody's any questions, but yeah, we'll give you a challenge in a way. We can ask if you could think about the, you know, ways that you can channel, and just to be mindful of what is coming into your mind that could be a message from your guardian angel and your guide. So it's just being mindful of all the thoughts that you're having, and homing in on, as I said, it's, and I don't know how it works. I couldn't describe it. I just call it front brain and back brain.
Yeah, so it's an opening though. It's a making space, and a lot of the, you know, it's an allowing, okay, and a lot of the time it's saying, and you can consciously intend to channel, okay. I am open and ready and available. Mom, sorry. I am open, ready and available to receive channeled information, channel guidance. You know, so if you feel like, well, I don't get messages, it's about affirming to yourself on a regular basis, I always receive divine guidance. I'm receiving divine downloads all the time. My angels and guides and spirit always speak to me. I love how easy it is for me to channel. So, you know, start working with those affirmations. I wake up with songs, with me being
recognising it. The angels are talking to everybody. So it's just recognising how they speak and how your guides speak to you.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get answers to things via random memes that show up. Yeah, so they're going to speak to you in all of the ways. Yeah, all of the possible ways. Your angels, guides, higher self, source, God will, you know, use the channels. This cat could not be any more annoying right now.
Doing it deliberately. I know. Savage in my chair. I've been scratched, and he knows it's not to be on there.
He's doing everything that he's not allowed to do. Literally, like he's just to take the piss.
He is naughty. He's gonna have my fairies on the floor. I'm gonna have to pull him off. Sorry.
Yeah. So they're gonna speak to you in all of the ways that you are open and available to receive information. And and I feel like a lot of the time with songs, that I will get that, like in the morning they'll put a song in my head and it's like I've not heard that song for ages. That's not a song that I would sing. And again, you know that it contains an answer, and you know that it's come from somewhere else. And when you think about it, songs are, I mean, everything is frequency and vibration, right? But songs are melodic, they're harmonic, and the angels love to speak to us using those particular frequencies and aspects, using sound, right? Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense, yeah.
Okay, is there anything else that you want to say about this?
I think I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Okay, so do let us know in the thoughts below, you know, about channeling. How do you channel? Let us know how you channel. If you are a multidimensional channel, a mediumistic channel, a psychic channel, you work with energy, let us know. You know, let us know a little bit about your journey and how, you know, how you perceive channeling. Maybe you've got a different explanation that other people need to hear, because I'm always open to hearing how people work with energy and with information, because there is no right or wrong, and anyone that tells you that their way is the best way, don't listen to it. No. Because there's so much of that nonsense, right, that goes around. My way is best, I know best, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to people like that. Listen to people that are open in their energy, right? And that are like, okay, well, here's a perspective. What's your perspective? Because I think we're all here as light workers, as light bringers, to share information and to learn from one another, because we're all on a journey. We've all got a unique perspective, and it's important. True spirituality is about being open to the perspective of others. Okay, so do let us know, you know, in the comments below what your particular thoughts are.
And if you get some channeling as well during the week, let us know.
Yeah, do let us know. Yeah, and if you would love to have a quantum hypnosis session, which is where you will channel through your own voice, visit past timelines or lives, if you want to call it that, multidimensional realities, and channel, you know, your own angels, guides, higher self, and learn more about who you are as a soul, just send me a message or check out the link in the comments or below on YouTube. Do you want to say things about channeling?
Things about channeling.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, if anyone wants to experience a mediumship session, a sitting, and you'll see channeling of your own families. Yeah, I've gone absolutely...
Yeah, blank.
Blank.
Okay, well, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And, you know, we're here now on a Thursday at 5, because Tuesdays are just not working, so... All right.
So I hope you've enjoyed us. So that's what it's all about, is enjoying what we've got to say, really.
Yeah. Okay. Take care. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.